What if I told you that thousands of years ago, Hindu philosophers discovered a complete blueprint for a meaningful human life? Not just survival, not just happiness, but a comprehensive system that guides you toward your highest potential. Today, we explore the Chatur Purusharthas, the four Purusharthas, four sacred aims that form the very foundation of Sanatan Dharma. These are not rules imposed from above. They are invitations to live fully, consciously, and with profound purpose. The word Purushartha comes from two Sanskrit roots, Purusha, meaning person or soul, and Artha, meaning purpose or aim. Together, they describe the fundamental goals that give human life its deepest meaning. And what makes this wisdom extraordinary is that it acknowledges four different dimensions of human flourishing, not just one. Imagine standing in ancient Vedic times, around 1500 BCE, when these concepts first emerged in the Vedas and Upanishads. The sages who developed this framework understood something profound: a human being is not one-dimensional. We have bodies, hearts, minds, and spirits. We have practical needs, emotional desires, intellectual aspirations, and spiritual longings. The Purusharthas honor all of them. Let's begin with the first, Dharma, righteous duty. Dharma is often misunderstood in the West as religion, but it means far more. It is cosmic law, moral order, and your unique duty in this lifetime. Imagine a spider knowing exactly how to weave its web, a river knowing how to flow toward the ocean. Similarly, you have a dharma, your rightful path, aligned with truth and goodness. In Hindu philosophy, every being has a different dharma based on their stage of life, their nature, their circumstances. A student's dharma is to learn. A parent's dharma is to nurture. A ruler's dharma is to protect. Without dharma, the other three Purusharthas become corrupted. Wealth becomes greed. Pleasure becomes addiction. Even spiritual liberation becomes ego-driven. The second is Artha, prosperity and material security. Notice something beautiful here. Hindu philosophy does not reject wealth. It does not teach that poverty is spiritual or that money is evil. Rather, Artha recognizes that you need food, shelter, education, health, a secure foundation from which to grow. The Arthashastra, written by Kautilya around 300 BCE, is an entire treatise on economics and governance built on the principle of Artha. But here's the crucial distinction: Artha pursued without dharma becomes exploitation, corruption, theft. Artha pursued with dharma becomes generosity, innovation, and shared prosperity. The third is Kama, the experience of pleasure, love, sensory joy, and emotional fulfillment. Again, Sanatan Dharma celebrates this. The Kama Sutra, written by Vatsyayana around 400 CE, is not merely about physical intimacy, it's a sophisticated exploration of relationships, aesthetics, and the full spectrum of human connection. Kama includes art, music, friendship, family bonds, romance, beauty. A life devoid of beauty and pleasure would be incomplete. But Kama without dharma becomes lust, addiction, and harm. Kama without Artha becomes a fantasy disconnected from reality. Yet Kama guided by dharma and built on Artha becomes love in its most refined form. And finally, the fourth and greatest, moksha, liberation. This is spiritual freedom, the ultimate awakening to your true nature. In Sanatan Dharma, all souls are ultimately seeking moksha, whether consciously or unconsciously. It is the return to unity with Brahman, the infinite consciousness that underlies all existence. The Bhagavad Gita, spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna on a battlefield 5,100 years ago, illuminates this path. Moksha is not an escape from life. It is not something achieved only after death. Rather, it can be experienced even in this lifetime, a profound inner freedom that comes from self-knowledge and spiritual realization. Here's something fascinating that most people don't know. These four Purusharthas form a hierarchy, but not a rejection. Dharma is the foundation. On Dharma, you build Artha, ethical prosperity. On secure Artha, you can truly experience Kama, genuine pleasure and love, not desperation or compulsion. And throughout all three, you cultivate the inner awareness and practice that leads to moksha. One emerges from another, like petals unfolding on a lotus. The ancient texts were beautifully specific. The Dharmastra describes different phases of life, the student phase emphasizing learning and dharma, the householder phase emphasizing artha and kama, the forest dweller phase and renunciate phase emphasizing spiritual practice and moksha. Life becomes a sacred journey through these dimensions. So what does this mean for you, living in the modern world? It means you are not meant to choose between material success and spiritual meaning. You are not meant to reject pleasure to be spiritual. Rather, you are invited to integrate all dimensions of human experience with conscious purpose and moral integrity. Ask yourself, are my choices aligned with dharma? Am I building prosperity that serves others? Am I experiencing love and beauty fully? Am I cultivating the inner awareness that leads to lasting peace? The four Purusharthas are not ancient history. They are a living invitation, still relevant, still profound. They suggest that a complete human life honors responsibility, builds security, celebrates joy, and ultimately seeks truth. This is the wisdom that has sustained Sanatan Dharma